after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now left side on the swing pass. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is fielded at the 7. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and forever. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Matt Milano came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Right there in the middle, 55.
Now Mixon. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
On play action, they'll throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Rolling to it.
Career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
On first down, Mixon, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 35. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Niners 34, Dolphins 27. Aldrick Rosas set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. 2nd and 5. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. So that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And the Dolphins 1st down.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, Everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood. Off in this one here.
Yeah, 5